There is no Christmas in Star Wars, but there is Life Day, a special day in which Wookiees come together at the end of the year to celebrate family and all things living. I know a lot of people hate the Star Wars holiday special, even George Lucas himself wanted to smash every copy, but 'tis the season to celebrate the weird parts of Star Wars lore, so come all ye Star Wars faithful, and let's check out Star Wars, the Life Day Cookbook. Star Wars The Life Day Cookbook by Jen Fujikawa and Mark Sumerak is a festive way to celebrate the holidays with a Star Wars spin. This cookbook bears a big similarity to the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge cookbook, which I've already featured in the channel. Just like that book, this one is told from the perspective of Chef Strono Tugs, the head chef of Maz Kanata's castle. Chef Strono traveled to Batuu and learned more about the Wookiee tradition of Life Day that they celebrate in their home world of Kashyyyk. And as it turns out, Life Day bears some pretty strong similarities to our holiday of Christmas, which is very fitting this time of year. What a tasty coincidence. In the recipe descriptions, there are many references to popular Star Wars locales and the many different alien races and creatures that inhabit the galaxy. In terms of the types of food in the book, I admire that the recipes aren't just a bunch of Christmas-inspired dishes. Of course, there are some, like gingerbread cookies and eggnog, but the recipe selection is actually pretty diverse, which makes it much more interesting and fits the space theme of Star Wars. Each recipe page comes with a photo, ingredients list, and recipe steps, as well as some flavor text that kind of read like diary entries told from the point of view of Strono. The entries have many references to Star Wars lore, and I actually find them a bit more interesting than the ones in the Galaxy's Edge cookbook, since I like learning more about the festive happenings and traditions in the Star Wars universe, since I feel that's not a very well explored part of the canon. Not every recipe have photos, but the ones that do look very creative and really feel like they fit the theme of Star Wars. A lot of dishes feel truly alien and otherworldly and look like they belong on the set of a Star Wars movie. Similar to the Galaxy's Edge cookbook, the food in the photos are staged along with that rustic metallic industrial look to the background and props that kind of make you feel like you're at a junk shop or scrapyard in Tatooine. If we're gonna have a Life Day feast, we best start cooking. I'll be making 3 dishes from the Star Wars Life Day cookbook to get a taste of the holidays in this galaxy far, far away. But if we're going to travel the stars, let's fill up on gas in the refueling station known as the Colossus, and while we're at it, we might as well hit up the tavern and order up their signature Cirilian noodle salad. This recipe has 3 components. First, the dressing. In a medium bowl, mix together a 1/4 cup of sweet chili sauce, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, 1 clove of minced garlic, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Combine well and set aside. The second component are the oodles of noodles. Heat up 8 cups of water in a large pot and add in 1/2 head of chopped up red cabbage. This is what's going to give our noodles that wicked purple color. Bring it to a boil, then remove the cabbage. You should now be left with a rich purple pot of water for your noodles to bathe in. Add 6 ounces of rice noodles and boil this for about 2 to 3 minutes until soft. By then, it should be beautifully dyed purple. Drain the noodles and set aside. The third and last component is the salad. In a bowl, toss in 4 cups of shredded cabbage. Judging from the photos, I think these are supposed to be regular cabbage, but since I had half of the cabbage left over from the previous step, I just decided to use the leftover red cabbage I had. Looks more alien-y anyway with that color. Add in 2 medium carrots that have been peeled and julienned, 1 cup of snap peas that have been cut in halves. Then the cookbook says to mix the noodles in, but I kinda like how it's plated in the photos where the noodles are separate and centered surrounded by the bed of veggies. So I mixed half the dressing along with some scallions and sesame seeds with the veggies and did the same with the noodles and plated it like the photo. Then serve it with some lime, and when you squeeze them over the salad, the noodles color should lighten up a bit, and that's it, a heaping plate of Cirilian noodle salad. Next, we hang out with the Ewoks. In the wintertime, these guys hunt Kublag to make Kublag stew, and Strono's twist on this is the Kublag Curry. The curry is made with a unique spice blend from the Sakian food market on Tatooine, which consists of a 1/3 cup of yellow curry paste, 14 ounces of chicken broth, 2 garlic cloves, 1 medium coarsely chopped shallot, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, 1.5 teaspoons of ground turmeric, a teaspoon of soy sauce, a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, and a 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. Combine everything well in a blender until smooth and set that aside for later. Now to make the curry, heat up 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in a Dutch oven over medium-high heat, and when the oil is heated, add in a medium diced up onion and cook that for 2 to 3 minutes until soft. Then add in 1.5 pounds of boneless chicken thighs that have been cubed up and fry it for about 5 to 6 minutes until brown. Then stir in the curry mixture and continue to cook for 3 to 4 minutes until fragrant. Then for the veg, we're adding 2 medium carrots, peeled and cut into rounds, 2 medium peeled and diced russet potatoes, a 14-ounce can of full-fat coconut milk, and a cup of water. Let it simmer and reduce the heat to medium-low to cook for 20 minutes until the veggies are soft and tender. Once done, place some of the curry on a bed of white rice and garnish with some cilantro, fried onions, and chilies, and serve with some lime. Time to chow down on some Kublag Curry and feast with the Ewoks. For dessert, we're making an iconic Life Day symbol, those glowing ornaments that Wookiees use to decorate the Tree of Life, but we're making an edible version. We're making jelly Life Day Orbs. This recipe is going to be super quick and super simple. In a small saucepan, combine 3 tablespoons of superfine sugar with a 3/4 teaspoon of agar-agar powder with 1.5 cups of water. Trim the heat to medium-high, and once boiling, reduce the heat to low and continue to simmer for 2 minutes. Once the mixture has cleared up, take it off the heat and let it cool, but don't let it set. Once a bit cooler, we're supposed to pour these into spherical molds. The recipe text says to use 2 spherical molds, but the photo actually looks like it's composed of spherical halves that have been put together. I think either way will work, but since I wanted it perfectly spherical, I decided to use a couple of whole sphere molds. Place your jelly mixture in them and refrigerate them for 4 hours. Once set up, plop out your orbs onto a plate and sprinkle with luster dust. The photo from the cookbook looks like it uses silver luster dust, but it's kind of hard to see, so since I had some gold luster dust in my pantry, I just decided to splash some of that on there, and yeah, I think it looks pretty epic. And since I'm feeling extra, I'm going to use my Costco night lights and place that behind the spheres to make them glow, and we're ready to make some Life Day memories with these jelly Life Day orbs. Happy holidays! Let's eat! Starting off with this Cirilian noodle salad, I'm having a bit of difficulty with this one. The noodles wouldn't have stuck together if I just mixed everything up, but I was stubborn and I wanted to make it look just like the photo. Eventually I just mixed everything though, and taste-wise, it's alright. Not really a fan of noodle salads, to be honest. I always prefer my noodle dishes cooked and warmed through. I also think this could use more of the sauce. If I was to remake this, I would definitely double it. Not particularly enjoying it at this moment, but the next day I actually decided to just turn this into pad thai by adding some soy sauce, oyster sauce, vinegar, and brown sugar. Didn't exactly taste like pad thai, but it was way better with all that extra sauce and flavor. The Kublag Curry looks good though. Smells delicious and tastes delicious. The curry base is light and complements the soft veggies, but then you're hit with those strong flavors of the garnishes. The cilantro, chili, and green onion combination is a delicious slap to your taste buds. I think I did put a bit too much Thai chili in there, but no regrets.
Really solid curry recipe this one is.
That's my Yoda, guys. And finally, our Life Day Orbs. Don't you just want to take a bite out of these? These look so cool, but taste-wise, nothing mind-blowing. Just tastes like sweet jelly. I feel like this recipe would be a good base, so you know what proportions of sugar, agar-agar, and water to use, but I think it would be good to experiment with it. Maybe add some color or add some more fun flavorings like almond extract or orange extract. Really cool how it lights up though. So, is the Star Wars Life Day Cookbook any good? If you like the Galaxy's Edge cookbook, then consider this its Christmas-inspired DLC. I think it might be too similar to the Galaxy's Edge one in terms of style and writing, but it is cool to learn more about how the festivities are like in the Star Wars universe. Happy holidays, y'all!